Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to attack a very serious subject. We're going to attack the supplemental, not just the argument, the supplemental argument 3. And you know it's not a coincidence. There's the Holy Trinity, which is the body, the spirit, and the mind, I think. I think that's what it is, the Holy Trinity. But in our case, of course, we have Lauren Armstrong, Kayla, and Mr. Penis. That's the Holy Trinity. But anyway, supplemental argument 3 actually brings out a very interesting point, or a very interesting question, I should say. And the question is whether NBC and their affiliates' website are of the hate crime nature and should be banned from the internet. Oh no! No! And you read the title, you already know that Lauren's answer to that question is yes. He wants to ban NBC from the internet. Like, how would you do that? It's a company. It's not sentient, you know? It doesn't have a conscience. It cannot go on the internet. Do you mean NBC's employees? But how are you going to do that? Lauren, the internet is so widespread. You're basically going to say, oh, NBC, you cannot use the internet ever again. Like, this makes no sense. And then their affiliate, he's still referring to that. So he's basically saying that YouTube should be banned. And that is a lawsuit that is starting to turn out into something big. Like, it started with some crap about wiretapping, and now he's basically saying NBC is a hate crime. He should be banned from the internet, like I am, because I'm a sex offender. And how does Lauren support that argument? NBC and their affiliates, pervert to justice, they're not actually affiliates, but whatever, have placed and updated this website that they comment on these individuals they lured into their stings setup. They instigate the hate-filled speech that leads to death threats and such. I'm not sure you received some death threats, and even if you did, they don't qualify. They probably don't qualify as death threat. Again, death threat has a very specific definition. So if you say, for example, let's say somebody makes a prank on you, like somebody, like you open the door and you receive water in your face and you say, I'm going to kill you. That's not a death threat. A death threat has a very fixed definition. One of them is that the defendant, I'm not an expert, I'm not giving legal advice in any way, but one element is the likelihood of the threat being valid. In other words, first of all, I don't remember anybody sending you death threat on YouTube or anywhere. Even if they did, just talking, you have a freedom of expression. To reach the threshold for really a death threat, it's not easy. You have basically to be very serious about it. It's pretty obvious when you read YouTube that those are jokes. Like, nobody is seriously interested in you enough to kill you. And far from it, we love you all way too much. We want you to live a happy and long life. Well, not a happy life, but a long life. I'll say it that way. And Lauren is somehow pretending that YouTube is responsible for the death threat. Maybe he is referring to the I bet his asshole is white as baseball from his stint in Kentucky. Lauren did not like that comment. Let's read the rest. All Philly people whitely with the same, blah, blah, blah. There are 8 sex offender. Lauren is not a sex offender for life. He wants to kiss you up first. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Trippy vortex. Dateline, freeing, child predator, I agree. If I ever see Lauren, I'm going to slit his throat. That's probably what he's referring to. It's not a nice comment, but it's not a death threat, okay? It's basically a joke. Like, the guy here, there's no way he's serious. Like, it's not detailed, it's not precise enough. Like, I wouldn't post that because that's not really the kind of stuff that I like to publish. But it's pretty obvious it's a joke. It's pretty obvious that he's not really going to slit Lorne's throat if he sees him. A real death threat would, for example, you receive a mail. In the mail, it's written like, I'm going to kill you in a week. That would be a death threat. But to post that on a video about Lorne, let me show you. That's very clearly a joke. It's not a funny joke. Pretty clear that that there's no criminal matter here. Like, you know, you have freedom of expression, and I'm not a lawyer, and I'm certainly not a lawyer in every state. It could be death threat, but if you prosecuted every person that makes a joke like that, you would have jails even more filled up, because it's pretty much a figure of style. You have to respect the artistic freedom too. You know, when somebody makes like the idea here, the artistic value of it is, I hate this fucker so much. You know, that's what he means, and I do. I hate this fucker much. It should be the new Forever Alone meme phase. Lorne may have a case, the decoy, blah blah blah. Another guy who doesn't know shit. Anyway, all this to say, based on that line, Lorne believes that YouTube should be banned. Because we're still on YouTube, you see. So Lorne believes that YouTube should be banned. This is a hate crime, it needs to be punished, and they need to pay for the hate-filled word and instigating the threats and the like. I didn't like that somebody wrote that. So we know for a fact that Lorne read that, and we know for a fact that he learned about Lorne's asshole about as big as baseball. Again, that's not a threat, it's really a joke. I mean, you have a right to make jokes. The same would apply, for example, you go see a humorist, and the humorist says, he takes a celebrity and he says, I wish I could kill that celebrity. Again, it's not a very funny joke, although it could be in the right circumstances, but everybody knows it's a joke, you know. There's no way the humorist is really going to kill that person. It's all for fun and laugh. Let me show you maybe more precisely. Oops, I'm uploading. Oops, that's I didn't mean to show that, so forget all about it. Oh, that's in Canada, okay. A death threat is a threat by one person to kill another person, intimidate in order to manipulate their behavior, blah blah blah. A criminal, blah blah blah. A death threat can be communicated with range. Against a policy, it can be considered treason. We're not secret anymore. I am right as a matter. Are convinced that there is a real threat at your life. Some mystery people are looking for you. The cops are also looking for you. Blah blah blah. What is that? So you see, that's one of the serious death threat. But if you look at the legal definition, it's not just legal dictionary. Maybe we'll find that. But it's not just making, if I see Lorne, I'll slit its throat. Again, not the kind of stuff I would do, but prohibit the use. An offense to threaten, use a deadly weapon on a person. It is threaten to transmit communication. This law must be balanced against First Right Amendment. Include the use of threat to prevent lawful occupation, blah blah. I mean, threat that does not cover is not actionable when combined with apparent imminent bodily harm. However, a threat is an assault for which the offender might be subject to civil or criminal liability. So Lorne would have to prove that there's apparent imminent bodily harm, and there's no way he can do that. It's just a random comment on YouTube that is a line long. It's artistic, definitely. So honestly, there's no, like, yes, it may fit the legal definition, but it's not actionable. It wouldn't be like to actually believe that this is a death threat. No, it's not. It's artistic. It's the freedom of expression. Not the kind of stuff I would do, but definitely not the burden of imminent bodily harm, like just a random guy that you never met that posts a comment. For example, I'm reason our daughter was attacked. It happened with her husband. The other gentleman was attacked. Blah blah blah. If my dogs, in a heated conversation, my husband said, "If my dogs end up dead, so are you." Harassment charge, should be worried. Small clue, warrants threat. A death threat would be a threat to do bodily harm to a person that results in loss of life in Florida. Any letter, the threat. Well, it has to be a clear threat. That's what I'm trying to say. It just quotes the law. It would be highly unlikely that, considering the circumstances, any legal action could be taken against your husband. Do not make any admissions. So just saying that, like, if my dogs end up dead, so are you. It's not really a threat. It's not really precise enough. Again, don't take that as legal advice, but Lauren is trying to build an entire case out of one line. That one line. No, it's not really funny. I have to say this. I wouldn't be happy if I was Lauren and I saw that. But then again, Lauren is a wannabe child rapist. But he's really taking that out of context and multiplying it. Like, it's just talk to talk, you know. At worst, the guy could get a visit from the police, which wouldn't be nice, but there's no way that this is a serious threat. Like, they don't even live, like, close, and that guy doesn't even know him. I don't know. Not that kind of stuff that I would personally take chances on. Then again, I don't exactly. It's not really it's not my style. Like, to quote Jean-Pierre Wary, it's not my style. But if you look at everything that happens now with the streamers and all that, like, you know, somebody's going to play a game of Call of Duty and he says, oh, the fucker killed me. I'm going to kill him and I'm going to murder his entire family. That's not a death threat. It's just artistic expression. Like, people like to throw legal terms like Lauren. I say people, I should say Lauren. Lauren likes to throw legal terms like hate-filled speech. This isn't hate speech neither, Lauren. Hate speech, basically. First, against one person, in order for it to be illegal, you would have to be, like, serious, like, let's do this to Lauren, let's do that to Lauren. It would have to be very specific, and it would have to incite others to commit crimes against you. I never did that. I would never do that, and I don't think anybody ever did that, neither. So Lauren likes to throw around legal terms without really knowing what they are. And if you really felt threatened by that line, go to the police, Lauren. Make a complaint. The police will take care of it. They'll write a report and they'll throw it at the bottom of a desk and they'll never think about it again because there's honestly nothing to be prosecuted here. Prosecutable. Now he thought, just like in Sonny Govak case, where does he find all those cases, by the way? Anyway, NBC and their affiliate, Perverted Justice, have put some careful thought into the words they choose to incite anger and hatred. Again, this is not NBC nor Perverted Justice talking, just a random person. It states, just when you thought it was safe to go back on the internet. So far, Lauren, you're trying to pretend that basically YouTube should be banned at this point, and your only supporting argument is two comments that hurt you. Okay, now you quote, and you know it just retyped all that. What a waste of time. How much time have you wasted on this bullshit, Lauren? There is no difference in the plaintiff's case when you read something about someone wanting to slash his throat. It makes the person they're talking about blood run out with rage. And want to meet the person to give him the chance, like back in the old day when the person had to back up his words with his face. I can't believe you put that in your lawsuits, Lauren. Oh, that's a classic. Like, when Lauren read that comment about someone wanting to slash his throat, Lauren's blood ran hot with rage, and he wanted to meet the person to settle with his fist. This is a lawsuit. Lauren, you're filing a lawsuit trying to get all of NBC banned from the internet forever. And you write shit like that, like, I'm going to beat the shit out of them with my fist. I wish it was like in the good old day. And this is like his way to get revenge on the guy. Like, the guy posted that, I'm going to slit his throat. And Lauren knows that there's no way he can do anything about it. So he says, I'm going to make some vague implied threat about fighting the guy and attacking him. And God, would I give everything I own to see that. If I could watch a fight between Lauren and Shaman, but not really Shaman. Shaman wouldn't hurt Lauren. I want somebody that really hates Lauren. I don't really hate him. Maybe Durango Mango. That wouldn't be a fair fight, you know, to have Durango Mango against Lauren. I mean, Lauren would get destroyed. So I would say Durango Mango blindfolded against Lauren. And in a coma. That would be a fair fight. Seriously, I would love to see a fight between Lauren and pretty much anybody. And to say shit like that in your lawsuit, you can just imagine a judge somewhere reading that and the judge starts laughing like, what the fuck? I wish it was like in the old day when you had to back your word with your fist. You want to slit my throat? Well, let's fight. Back your word. Plaintiff is a very caring and loving person that got caught up in something evil because he was going through a rough point in his life. When you read the pornography and when you listen to the call, he's so happy. Are you anxious to touch my penis? Yeah, that's a very caring and loving person. I get the loving part, you know. Caring, unless you want to sleep on the floor and nourish yourself from a Lawrence cum. I don't think he's very caring. Like, he doesn't care about his dog a lot. I was thinking about that recently. You know, every time he talks to Kayla, he says, be right back, coffee, be right back, condition air, be right back, turn off the eating, whatever. But he never says, be right back, I have to feed Bud. Never, not once. But he always, like, be right back, coffee, be right back, food, be right, blah, blah, blah. Never mentions feeding Bud. It's pretty mean. And he says, it's all because I was in a rough one in my life. I had just stolen from Durango Mango. Plaintiff is not what he has been portrayed as. Lauren, stop. When you read pornography, when you listen to the calls, the way you talk to Kayla, you're a disgusting, vile piece of shit. You're right. You're not like what you were portrayed as. You're even worse than that. Much worse. You are worse than shit. If I had the choice between saving you or saving a sack filled with shit, well, I would save you because I love you to death. But you get my point. And he's trying to get it proved the legal way. But these words that are being uttered are hateful, hurtful, and fighting words. Somebody wants to slit my throat. You should ban NBC from the internet. Plaintiff pleads with the court to get these two organizations, NBC and Purpose of Justice, banned from the internet. Oh, God. What did he think the likelihood of any of that happening were? Like, how likely did he think that it was going to happen, that NBC was going to be banned from the internet? That's not how the world works, Lauren. Like, the odds of it happening are zero. That's what they are like. Oh, cool, I'm going to ban NBC from the internet and prosecuted. And prosecuted too. Okay? And also pay for the damage they're inflicting on plaintiff. Like the slash his throat. Damn, he didn't like that line. I can just see, like, Lon is a giant pussy. He's a loser. And when he saw that line, he probably freaked out. Like, but I'm a good, caring, loving person. Why would you want to do that to me? And to say that he wants to be banned from the internet. Like, he wants all those people banned. He wants YouTube banned. He wants Purpose of Justice banned. I mean, come on. Did you really think... Let's say that there was a way to ban NBC and Purpose of Justice from the internet. Again, it doesn't make sense because those are organizations. They're not sentient. You know, they're not conscious. But let's say you could. Do you honestly think that you can get two companies banned from the internet with what? 2 pages of stuff? 3 pages. You think those 3 pages are going to prevent NBC from using the internet? Like, forget NBC.com, the website ceases to exist. And all NBC's employees, I guess, cannot go on the internet. Like, wow, I can't believe that you actually wrote that. Then he says, certificate of service, blah, 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 mailing was made in accordance, blah, 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 he mailed it. And again, we have another screenshot. This time it seems that he took a picture of the screen, or is it the same? I think it's clearer though, and he sees himself. He must have tripped balls. He took a photo of the screen. It's not the... Is it the same? Yeah, okay, it's the same in another photo. He took like a picture of the screen. Like, oh, dude, you couldn't do a print screen. Oh. Woo. And he sent that to the 6th Circuit. And I'm sure he was really hoping that that's it. Dateline is never going to access the internet, and all the information about me is going to be removed forever. Wow, I can't believe the nerve of this guy. Fucking insane. This guy really hates NBC. And I'm guessing he really hates the Church of God website, you know? He must really hate me because look at the shit he wrote. Oh boy. Oh Lord. You motherfucker never change. I'm gonna get it banned from the internet. I want all the video about me removed forever. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go to the gym. Good night, everyone.